Hello my crafty friends, it's Krista here from Second Chance Creation. Alright, I'd like to share with you a beautiful journal, and this one is called The Lady and the Peacock. It's a boho themed journal, and I won't go through the story of the cover because the ones that follow me know what the story is behind the cover. I have actually hand stitched all the beautiful fabrics together, and also did some hand stitching French knots. So for those that know the story, you know what I'm talking about, and when it was created. And I have now decided to pass it on and sell it and let someone else enjoy this beauty. I have changed the inside quite a bit because it was just going to be a writing journal, but it turned out to be a chunky monkey. And it is held together by this beautiful satin piece of fabric, which was a scarf. And here I've attached a little leather purse, and it has a couple of little surprises in there. I won't open that. And on the front, it's this beautiful, I couldn't believe it, a beautiful peacock brooch. And it's not in the traditional colours, but it's absolutely gorgeous. It's quite large because the journal itself is quite large. So you're looking at 4.5 inches. Okay. And I have just attached that, thread that through, because you can use it as a necklace or you can use it as a brooch. So if you want to wear it, feel free. Okay, so I'll just open this up. And I'll just take this out. This is absolutely beautiful. Okay, and so as you can see, there's the clasp for the use it as a brooch, and also here you can use it to pop a necklace through, so you can use it as a necklace. So for those that love peacocks, here she is. She's absolutely gorgeous. Not the traditional colours, but hey, you know, it's still gorgeous. So the tie comes off. So if you don't want to use the tie, because it does stand on its own, it'll be quite a bit of a masterpiece if you wanted to put it on the sideboard or a dressing table. And yeah, so it stands up. There's lots in there because I've added a lot. I can't remember how many pages, but there's a lot of flips, there's a lot of add-ons, there's a lot of tucks and pockets. And so yeah, so I'll just show you a little bit about the cover. Okay, so I've got this lovely fringe in various fabrics. I've had some of the sari sort of fabrics, boho fabrics, not much. I used a lot of other fabrics in between. But I have done some beautiful hand stitching there, little French knots with some sparkles in it in here as well, and just along here. It has a hidden spine. This was a separate piece, so I stitched that on. Again, I've popped on some more, did some more hand stitching, little French knots just here. And here I did a bit of stitching with the sparkle thread just there. So all these pieces have been cut out and stitched, and some of them I've actually had to glue on as well. Okay, some more hand French knots here. And I've just added this little piece of trim, just this little glitter trim. Some more French knots here. So there's various fabrics in here. This came off this fabric here. Okay, so I've just cut them out and glued them on, and glued and stitched them on, you know, as I saw where it needed it. This was a beautiful applique from a skirt, and I thought the colours just lend itself to pop in there. Beautiful trim just here. Okay, and I think most of the other fabrics are just generally from pre-loved clothing, like this one, the yellow and the pink, and this. this one here, and I've just added some bit of blue ribbon. Here's a little bit of dress fabric, a piece of trim just here, and of course this beautiful dangle trim that was gifted to me a long time ago. So okay, all right, let's go inside. So this is about the lady and the peacock. Inside it is just totally stuffed with lots of goodies, lots of dangles, pom-pom trim, paper ruffles, bits sticking out because that's how it is. You want a bit of interest, and some pretty wooden decorated hearts that are all attached with little gold paper, the small gold paper clips. Inside here you'll find the bookmaker's note, and it closes with a seal just behind that. Here I've popped in a tag, okay, and you can journal on it. It's one of my painty backgrounds. Oh, what do you call it? Paper stock. And so yes, so, and I just did use that and then just popped her on there, okay, and that just pops in the pocket just there. Some really pretty trims and fabrics. Inside it is covered with vintage wallpaper, okay. This is beautiful. I still have a little bit left. Really pretty. So the actual cover has been stitched and glued quite thoroughly, so it's got a hidden spine. So of course the first page is the lady and the peacock. Too gorgeous. It came out of a magazine. I thought I really like this, and I've left it, had a blank page on it, so I've left it like that. And you can journal on this. You can frame it if you love peacocks. Excuse me. And then of course here is another gorgeous image, and I've made a little tuck here. This is just scrapbook paper that I had, and I just used it so you can journal on this. Here's some of my coffee dyed, was this mine? No, this was, trying to think now. I bought some coffee dyed pages from an Aussie Etsy store, so I can't remember. So I'm sorry, I can't remember who it was from. Here's those little wooden little hearts. Aren't they cute? Let's see if I can get close. And then I just did a little satin fabric ruffle, and these are attached with pretty little tiny little gold paper, safety pins, and some of that pretty twine, sparkly twine. And just a little flip, and I just quite a bit of decoupaging because I had some beautiful napkins with peacocks. I did some heart punch out so that you can sort of see the colour papers behind that. Some of my painty papers, you can use this as a little tuck. This is more of one of my scrappy ruffles. And some of my paper ruffle, is that, oh yeah, my paper ruffle here. And here I've got this, I coffee dyed this lovely piece of paper, and look, it's turned out really weird and wonderful colours. I can't remember what colour I used, so it wasn't coffee, it was some other colour. And just really like that sort of like a marble effect. And then I'll just tore it to make it into a fold that you can just pop in. And then I've just got some writing paper here. It's from my stationery set. Here's some coffee dyed paper. This was from my craft book, and it had all these colourful pages. So I've flipped it over, made a tuck, and I've got this little fold-out envelope with another little envelope that you can put things in or journal inside. And then I've just have a couple little tags just here. Pop in there. Here's something that you might want to pop in or journal on. I did leave some room. And look at this beautiful peacock. Isn't it just gorgeous? This is from a paper napkin. Okay. some of my fabric ruffles, and a little cluster here, fabric cluster. This one here is, I made a collage of papers and then I photocopied it. Okay, and then I coffee dyed it and it came out really cool. And this holds a lovely tag. Okay, from a magazine, of course. And what I've done is I've actually made that into a journaling page, coffee dyed paper, so you can actually journal on this. So the pages that have been decorated, you know, I've sort of made extras so that you have got space to journal on. Some people just like to keep them for their textures, for their scrunchiness, and just to look at them. Here I've just made some paper hearts. I did have beads on it, but it would have been really, 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 really thick. Here's some of my, I've popped in some of my altered paper clips, okay? They're not hidden paper clips. And some rusted jewelry. And this is a dangle from a necklace. And just various coffee dye fabrics on there. And I've just popped that on there. And on the back of here, I've made a little tuck. It has a envelope, and this is from a magazine. I've cut the Peacock out, and you can journal on in here. Okay, so it gives you more journaling space. It just tucks in here, or even under the paper clip, so it won't go anywhere. And here's one of my little paper clips made from this is a hidden one from tickets that I made and I decoupaged. Okay, just here. And that also holds a little envelope. These are made from the Woolies paper bags. For those that follow me, remember when I made a whole stack of them. It's there. So you can tuck things under here, like this page here. I can't remember where I got this from. I think it was a free printable. And yeah, someone posted it to print off, so I took the advantage of that because I just liked all the colours. And of course I printed it on coffee dyed paper, and that just goes in here. Here's another one of those, and there's some pretty dangles in here. Here's just a pocket, and I made a little tag just from a, it was from a art book or something. And the cover, I really liked it, so I took it and I just cut it. Inside was clear, so I just made it into a tag. And this came out of a magazine, so I've just popped him on there. Beautiful, love these little pom-pom ruffles with the beautiful little beads here. Here for my little flip, okay. My painted papers, pretty little heart with my paper ruffles. Snippet roll, that's what I was going to say. I've made a really long piece of snippet roll, and yeah, and then I just cut it into how I wanted it. There's a ruffle, another pretty little heart. I'll just show you here. Okay. Here I've made a little tuck with this 6x6 cardstock, and here's the beautiful little envelopes that I've made. Covered it, it's from really old music paper, and I just decoupaged it. Look at that beautiful peacock feather. And this envelope comes apart like so, and I had to strengthen it because it's quite old, this music paper. And in here is some more writing paper that you can use, okay. And they just tuck in quite nicely. I'll just have to put that back in there. Why doesn't that go in here? Oh yes, it does this in here like that. And that goes back in here like that. There you go. Isn't that gorgeous? And that just tucks in here. This came out of a magazine, and I just cut that out and backed it onto some paper and made a tag out of it. Here's another one of my paper clips, okay, which is right there. And it's just back with dictionary paper. Just some various fabric and appliques just there. Okay, and that just goes on here. And this is the little card here. And again, some more envelopes you can journal on. Here I've made a pocket. This is a gift bag, and I've sort of inked it up a little bit because it was quite out there. And this was a writing pad, and I just tore that off from a magazine. I backed it onto some paper and made into a tag, and that just pops in here. Here's a wagon, so she obviously travels in a wagon and takes a peacock with her, and that's just on backed onto one of my really heavy coffee dyed papers, as you can see there, and just popped on some a strip of fabric. And this came, where did that come from? Out of a magazine. So as you can see, this was a paper bag, gift bag. And here I have a belly band with this beautiful trim. Okay. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So that's the end of the first signature. I made this journaling card. I think this was gifted to me in some happy mail from Kristina's Shack. If you don't know Kristina, hop over to her channel. I'll leave her channel link in the description box. Very talented lady. And here I've decoupaged what was this? A bit of cardstock, that's right. And really, really like this. I made a little flip. And then in here you've got another pocket with a tiny little gold envelope. Then on here is one of my altered envelopes, and I've used the window part, and I just scrunched it up. There's a peacock from a magazine, okay, and just did a bit of there's a map there, traveling. She travels a lot, lady in the peacock. And here I've made I used one of those little journaling cards, and I just covered it up and with my fabric snippet, and just pops in here so you can just see it. And that just pops in here. Peeking out, chapter 12. And on the back, this was a bag that I had, and I've cut it in, made a pocket into it. This is just some cardstock, just dollied it up, popped it in there. Pretty little trim here. Okay. And then underneath, I've used various papers, and you can use to journal on, little cards. So yes, another one of my snippets. So this is the second signature, okay. Another paper ruffle, and look at that pretty heart. Isn't it just gorgeous? Some more trim. Here I've made a tag, and you can actually, it's on a brad. So if you want to, write something secretive in there. And I've covered the brad up with a little punch-out heart. Another peacock decoupage on a book page. And this one, I think, I do believe, this one is printed. That's right. I decoupaged it, and then I onto a book page. How do I do that? I'm just trying to think now, because this is copied it and then printed it onto coffee dyed paper. I can't remember. I've made this quite a while ago. You know how sometimes you make things and you can't remember? That's me. This was like a gift card, and with dragonflies and butterflies, but I've popped in this beautiful peacock, okay, and made it into a little booklet. This has to be one of my favourite ones. Isn't it gorgeous? Coffee dyed papers, and what I did was I laid one of my lace trims on there to give that effect. So once it dried, that's what it did. And here I've used one of the appliques that are on the front, my little fabric flip. And here you'll find a tag that I stamped on, and I fold out little piece of like a booklet, and this is the fabrics that I put on my photocopier and copied off, and that's how it came out. Looks pretty cool. Here's an envelope that it's one of my painted papers. Another tag. Here she is with a peacock. Okay, and I did some stamping on here. So yeah, so you can see some print there. And this is just one of my little stamp clusters that I've just attached onto there because of the colours. And then on the back, it's just another little booklet. It's got some paper in there you can journal on. This is one of my efforts. I had a big placemat, a felt placemat, and I've just threw it onto my coffee dyed paper, and that's how it come out. Here's just a piece of just a cardstock, and I've popped in an envelope here. This is pretty cute. This is decoupaged, some cardstock, and in here it holds a little raggedy snippet notepad. Okay, and this is an embroidered butterfly that was gifted to me. So it just peeks out, and you just close it up with this seam binding. And this is attached onto 2 envelopes, as you'll see. Okay, and you've got bits of scraps of paper in here and another piece of cardstock in here, and it's another one of my paper clips and another piece of decoupage napkin. And this is one of the envelopes. Oh yes, and you've got a little secret little pocket here with some little journaling cards. And this one, how did I do this? Why is this? Just trying to think now. Oh, wrong way. It's envelopes you can tuck something in. Okay. Oh, geez, had me worried there for a bit. And then that's right, it just goes back here. And of course, you also receive this beautiful bookmark. Okay. Little tassel. This is the ones that my friend makes. I'll be putting some of these in my Etsy store as well, so look out for those. Here I've made a decoupaged a book page, made into a pocket, and then attached it onto my painted papers, and I haven't got anything on there. Why not? Okay, so you can put something in there, and I've just attached this pretty journaling card. Look at this nice sparkling trim. You can, journal on the back, my snippets. So that just goes in here, and then you've still got room to put something here, just there. My little flip out envelopes. Another pretty little heart. Okay. Really love this fabric, it's really pretty. My little corner tuck, there's a little tag. Here she is again. Oops, sorry. You can journal on the back, and also you've got, okay, you've got, oh, nearly stuck, just an envelope that you can open up and journal onto. Okay. And then she just goes behind there. And just a black applique. Here's the other side of the free printable that I was able to get hold of. We'll get to the end here. Made a little, like a corner belly band, and in here you'll find a pretty little tag. This was actually a, what do they call it? Those life cards, and like a playing card type thing. And I just, I roughed it up and just popped that on there and popped some paper on the back so you can journal on there. And you'll also get this little torn up little red little paper pad with some of this lovely fabric. And then on the back here is something for you to colour in if you wish. Okay, it's got a few, there's a peacocks there. Or you can use it to journal on. Coffee dyed it. So that all goes in the back here. So my fabric clusters. And then on the back you have another pretty little image, another one of my envelopes. Okay, and this one you can journal on, and it's got a little peacock on there. And this one you can journal on, because I've made it so that you can actually write some notes in there. Okay, just pop that back in here, like that. That just sits in there nice. Does that just sit in there? Oh no, here it is. And we come to the end. Okay, so this is really pretty paper stock. And then on the back here, I've made another pocket with that fabric I had left over. And I've just made another little scrappy little notepad there. I had some red left. And then on the back here, this was a writing pad, and I cut it down to fit. Just love the colours of it, so you've got plenty. And it's just bound with some seam binding, so you can, you know, add to it or take them out, whatever you wish. And here's that gorgeous wallpaper. Right? And here you'll see some more French knots, because what I did with this cover, I flipped it over so that you had a pocket, because I really didn't want to cut it. So yes, so that's the end of that one. So let me know of your thoughts. I finally, I put this in the middle. I finally decided to sell it. You all know the story behind it. And yeah, so hopefully it'll, you know, be an enjoyment to someone that can just love spreading it out. Chunky monkey. And the size of this is 9.5 inches, which equates to nearly 25, and nearly 7 inches wide, or 17.5 centimeters in the spine. It's sort of like semi-rounded, which is like 4 or 1.5. Okay, so, and of course this beautiful peacock. Okay, I can't lay it down, so I'll just put it over here. And then you've got your tie with this pretty little purse. And there's a couple of bits and bobs in there for you. So yes, so hope you enjoyed the walkthrough. I hope it didn't take too long. And this will be in my Etsy store in a, you know, soon. So yes, so thank you very much for sticking around. Thank you for supporting my channel. And hello to my new subscribers. Until next time. Happy crafting. Bye for now.